Hey guys, it's Leal and I did this crazy, obnoxious 80s tutorial. Like, I don't know why I even did this. It's for my viewers and I'm a people pleaser. And I did a vote a few months ago on which decade tutorial should I do? Should I do the 70s or the 80s? And the most vote got the 80s and I got the 80s. I always get things that I don't like. So if you would like to know how to get this 80s tutorial, then keep on watching. Hey everyone, it's Leo. Welcome back to my channel. And the reason why I have this thing on is because, I just woke up and I don't feel like um taking this thing off because it feels so comfortable on my head. So today we're going to be doing an 80s makeup tutorial. As I promised, we after I did my pinup 1950s makeup tutorial, I'm gonna do an 80s makeup tutorial because I think it's fun doing makeup from different decades. So let's get started. The 80s are my least favorite decade. Eyeshadow all over the face. No. So let's get started. Okay, first we're gonna moisturize because not to moisturize is illegal. And I have so much glitter on my face. And 80s, it was just all about color. It wasn't about glitter. And you want to know what my favorite decade is? The 70s and the 90s. The 70s, the 90s, and the early 2000s are all my favorite decades. The reason why I love the 70s is because it was all about that glitter and that glam. While the 80s is just all about color and just nothing else. So let's moisturize. Okay. Oh gosh, I got glitter on my hand, but that's okay. Now I'm gonna moisturize. Now I'm gonna use found. Now it's time for foundation, and for foundation, I'm gonna use this LA Colors liquid makeup as always, and I'm gonna buff that in using a sponge. People would dumb. And I never contour using this anymore. So I always contour. From now on, I'm going to contour using my contouring palette by Ruby Kisses Powder 3D Contour Palette. And I just love this because the shades are more lighter and more noticeable for contour than my Milani Contour Perfect Foundation Stick in 280. So yeah, let's go on to primer. And I always use, and from now on, I'm going to use this for priming my eye. So I'm gonna use my Conceal Perfect Foundation Stick in 280 by Milani. And I always use this for primer. Because they didn't have primer in the 80s, so I'm sure they used concealer or something. Because I think primer, if they had primer back in the 80s, they'll be like, oh my god, I need every pigment. I'm sure they'll love primer back in the 80s because they want it to be as colorful as possible. And now let's blend it in using my beauty blender. Blender. And now let's go out the shadow. And for the shadow, color was very popular back in the 80s. So let me get this gorgeous palette right here. And yes. And I don't know which one to pick. So I'm going to pick the blue, right. Going to pick up the blue right here. I'm going to put that in the outer center of my eye. So lightly put it on the outer center of your eye. And then I'm going to take the purple. So get that purple. And put it on the outer center of your eye. Now I'm going to take the green. Wait, I don't know if there's green in this palette. I don't know if there's no green in this palette, so I'm going to take green. Oh, look at that color. It's mostly sparkly, which is good. I'm going to take green in this palette, and this is going literally. Massage the color. I'm going to take this red. I'm going to take that red and put some here because the 80s were all about that color. All about that. And this is literally a rainbow in my eye, which is horrific because I don't want that. Because I'm sure 80s didn't care about fallout. I'm sure the 80s didn't care about fallout. They didn't care about, like, the eye being, like, damaged. And add purple. Because, I'm sure the 80s didn't care about that fallout. And see you and me. Okay, this is all blue, so okay, so let's do it to the other eye. Match with what? Okay, now we're gonna make that little haze like we did on the bottom. Gonna add orange. Gonna add orange because I'm gonna add orange because that didn't like blend well. We want that orange haze like we did on the other eye. Okay, and add some on the top. Oh, yes. Like, girl. Look at that red. Look at that red. And we want purple. I know I look ridiculous, but this is the 80s. And you know, I hate the 80s. Like, I always have to do, like, people, the reason why we do in 80s is because I made a photo of people, like, what should I do after my pinup 1950s, and the biggest vote was 80s. So we're doing the 80s, which is, this might be the most ridiculous tutorial I've ever done in my life. Okay. Like, like, gets better with the finger. It's so pigmented on the finger. Let's add it on the finger. Add some color. Oh, what a monstrosity this is. We're done with the eyes. Now let's move on to contouring. So I'm going to take, so the 80s weren't very good on contouring. Contouring wasn't really popular back in the 80s, so I'm going to take this shade for contouring, as always. Always. I think the 80s were a decade of bronzing and tanning the skin. But since I'm I'm very tanned, as you can see. I'm going to take this shade right here and put it all over my face. Except the eyes. Ignore that. I can't get over these ridiculous eyes. But hey, that's what my viewers want, and you know I'm a people pleaser, and I'll do whatever my viewers request. You know, because I love doing what my viewers want me to do, and you know I t- I know how to take requests. I love doing requests. You know, I wasn't born in the 80s because I was born 2 decades after the 80s. So, I'm a 2000s kid. And I'm a 2000s kid who was born in the wrong era. So, so like I said, the 80s are not my favorite decade. I don't like the 80s. Eyeshadow all over the face. It is just a monstrosity. It's just all over your face, a lot of eyeshadow and all that, and that frizzy hair. That frizzy hair is a nightmare, like literally. Like back in the 80s they had frizzy hair, and that frizzy hair was a monstrosity. That frizzy hair creates nightmares for me, okay? Okay, now we're done with contouring. Now let's get into highlighting. Highlighting wasn't very popular back in the 80s because all they cared about was color, not shimmer. Okay, add a little bit because 80s were not crazy as that shine. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of lipstick. And for the lipstick, I got this for Christmas. So let's try it because red lipstick was very popular back in the 80s, and red lipstick doesn't go with colorful, crazy eyes and that big frizzy hair. No. I think the 80s were not good with their fashion choices. Mm. And you know, I did a Christmas 80s tutorial, and I lied when I said I love the makeup. I don't like it because it wasn't Christmassy at all. It was very I think it was not. I think it was terrible because the 80s didn't have colors that match, and everyone looked the same back in the 80s. Okay, that's enough with the lipstick. And that concludes the makeup. So now let me get a wig real quick and I'll be back. And that, guys, completes my 80s makeup tutorial, including this wig. I hope you enjoy. And I hope you have an amazing day. This wig is getting in my face. Like, stop getting in my face. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'm going to a party, so I'm not going to wear this to the party. Absolutely not, because I will look ridiculous and I will be laughed at. So I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And I did this ridiculous tutorial for my viewers. And yeah, so have a great day. And remember, being unique is gorgeous. Bye.